mabhakabhaka ezimnyama ngenkani ezikamagebhula ezagebhula umhlaba kamasipala ngenkani zawenze wawo up the bucks kubo abafethu we played we are looking at the match where we played against Stellenbosch. It was a great game to watch. We were very interesting. You know, in certain sections of the games, it was as if it was a gym session. We were playing 1-2s and we were playing in the pocket, and it was a very great game. It was a great game, let's put it like that. You know, if we could play like this, of course, I do have a few issues, right? But if we could play like this continually, right, no matter who we are playing, I promise you, we'll probably end up as number 2 this season, and that's what we want. Right. We want the league, of course, but you know, Sundowns has won the league basically, to be honest. But we could compete, and we're playing against them in 2 weeks' time, if I'm not mistaken. We could compete if we play like this. I do have a few issues though, and we're going to talk to those issues. Right? It was interesting that we played a 4-3-3. More accurately, it was more of a 4-1-2-1 or 4-1-2-3. Yes, let's put it like that. It's a 4-3-3 basically. We're 4 at the back. You had Mayela as your left wing back. You had your Shandu as your right wing back, and then you have your Oki and Sibisi as your center backs. And then just in front of them, well, it was very tricky because he was not playing directly in front of them, you know, but he was filling the spaces basically. You had Munare, and then you had Munare as your number 6, and in your number 8 you had Ndlondlo, right? 8/10, but more for number 8. And then you had Lamin, who was playing more for number 10 role. Especially, he played as if he's a left attacking midfielder, right? But from time to time, you know, he drifts and plays, you know, along that 18-yard area as a number 10, which was nice. And then you had Hoto, who had a very good game. I was very impressed. And then you had Erasmus, who had a fairly quiet game but scored a goal. And then you had, who's this boy? Saling, of course, the boy was on fire. I mean, he got man of the match. Right, let's get to it, Buffet 2. How was the game? Let's start from the back. I still feel like our back four needs a bit of work. We don't look solid like we did at the beginning of the season. We look a bit stretched. It seems as if the communication between Tok and Sibisi is not yet at that level. But I'm still worried about our back four. If we can get a team like Sundowns, they would probably punish us with two or more goals. Right? I'm genuinely worried about our back four. I'm not going to lie. That's why I'm an advocate of the 3-man defense with a left wing back and a right wing back. I'm genuinely an advocate of that. But let me not take anything away from the boys except for that goal, which is, I think, for the 3rd time now we're having goals scored aerially, right? And it's worrying me because Toki is tall, right? It's not like he's short, right? So, but besides that, back four did well. Mayela was superb in that left wing back position. He reminds me of the old Mayela back in the day when he used to play as a left back for Pirates. It was very impressive. His overlaps, his combinations with Hoto. He even scored a goal, right? He scored the goal, but not only that, he had another shot on target, right? It was very impressive. I was impressed. He's coming into his element, and with time, he's going to get back to what he was, right? I still think Marco, for me, especially if you're going to play as a left wing back, but I get it, you know. He's the captain and he's playing that left wing back position very well at the moment. And then if you go to the right, you had Shandu. Shandu had a quiet game. It was fairly quiet. Did not do much of overlapping, but he had a solid game, but it was a quiet game, to be honest with you. Besides that chance, that pass from Ndlondlo, where, you know, he was supposed to score, it hit the pole, you know, the crossbar. Besides that, to be honest with you, he was not, you know, I can't say this was his best game, you know. And then if you go to the center, I'm still worried about our center. I know I'm repeating this. We sometimes look too stretched, and you know, we don't have a typical number 6 that sits. Yeah, but that's why I feel like maybe we should get that Makaula. He's old, but he does that sitting very well. And if we're going to play the type of football we play, we need someone who's going to protect Ndlondlo and Lamini, right? And I think Makaula can do that. I think Tim can also do that. I don't think Munare, look, if we're playing small teams, play Munare there. He's going to dominate. He does very well. But if we're playing, you know, a team like Sundowns, I'd prefer a team. And the instruction to team would be fill in the spaces, initiate the play. You know, you are going to be the third man in defense, basically, as a third center back. But you're going to play more of a diamond shape, where you've got your 2 defensive midfielders and you're just in front of them. Like a triangle, basically. Right? And you're going to fill in the spaces. Once they stretch, you come in, type of thing. Right? And when we do play a team like Sundowns, I feel like that's how we should, just to protect that back 4. I'm very worried about it. Going to the middle of the park, Munare, man. He reminds me of the old Munare. Wow. It's like we were playing with the double number 8 today, but, you know, the boys were, like, Munare was very, on that left-hand side, he was combining very well. He was, you know, collecting the ball. He knew who to pass the ball to, basically, right? And he was so comfortable because he had those 2 boys in front of him who, you know, who were able to make those forward passes, right? And he also scored a goal, which was very impressive. I was very impressed. Going forward to Ndlondlo, first few minutes of the game, Ndlondlo was not comfortable. He wasn't comfortable. He was not dictating terms in the middle of the park because he was playing as a number 8, basically. You know, sort of our go-to guy. But as the game progressed, you could see he's coming into his element. He's becoming more comfortable. He started with those long diagonal balls that were not necessarily accurate, but as the game progressed, he started playing 1-2s, right? And you could tell that the boy is gaining confidence. Come second half, there's that 360 that he made and the fans went crazy. You could tell now he's in, and he was playing more closer to the 18 area. You could tell now he's in his element, right? And we're playing, circulating the ball nicely, you know, when we attack, and we could tell and we could see that they are forming 2 blocks, you know, a low block, and, you know, you had those 2 lines. We circulate the ball, we bring it back, but we did not bring it back for it just to stay at the back. You know, we circulate the ball. We're trying to find those pockets where we can play. Right? And Ndlondlo was very pivotal to that. Very impressed. I'm very happy with how he played. Hoto was a workaholic. Very good game from Hoto on that left-hand side. He's showing the elements of why, you know, we loved him, you know, and he was fighting for the ball. He was pressing, and that's the element of Hoto that we need to appreciate, guys. He was pressing, you know. He was pressing. And also going backwards, you know, he was assisting in terms of defense, and that's how he is, right? That's why I normally say he's a very good left-wing back, because when we would defend, he would drop. When you go forward, he's there. You know, he's pressing. He played that whole wing very well, assisting Mayela also in defense, as I had mentioned. Saleng was on fire. I still maintain with Saleng, there are certain decisions that he makes that I'm not necessarily impressed with. I guess with time, the boy is going to, look at the pass that he made to Erasmus. It told me that he's actually slowly but surely getting into his element, right? I was impressed, I'm not going to lie, you know. But with time, the boy is going to do well. You know, he is doing well. He's shining, but with time, he is going to get better and better, I believe, right? Come to Erasmus. Erasmus was very quiet. He had 2 or 3 chances. He scored 1. Of course, his quality at the end of the day. That's what you expect from a player like Erasmus. But I think that Ndlondlo, Dlamini, Hoto, Saleng, Rasmus combination, if it's given time, it's going to kill teams. It's definitely going to kill teams. Give it time. All right. And then our substitutions. Oh, let me go to our goalkeeper. I forgot the goalkeeper last time. China. I'm still not impressed. His distribution, though, is very good. If you see the goal, I think that was our third goal. If you look at that goal, he's the one who supplied that ball to Saleh. Right? That was a very beautiful, pass from him. So I was impressed by that. Right? And then going from there, we can go to the substitutions. Subs. Martin, I don't understand why. I don't understand why we're playing Martin. I think he should be benched full time for now, right? Shandu and Monyane, that left wing back position, they're doing very well. I guess maybe as time goes by, with experience, we might, because he's experienced, he might be needed. But for now, we don't need him, to be honest with you. And then, if you go to Nzuki, I still maintain, even if Nzukamanza scored last game, Nzukamanza is good aerially. If you're going to bring in the crosses, he's good. But besides that, to be honest with you, I still feel that Nzukamanza is not Pirates material. The sitters that he missed, I'm still not impressed. And then, who else was there actually? I'm trying to think. As I was mentioning, we had Craig. I was not impressed. Nzukamanja, for me, is not Pirates material. He should go to a small team where they will give him crosses, and he will hit the ball. Right? And then from there, you had, who's this? I forgot some of these players that actually came on. You had Marco coming in. I still don't know why we're substituting defenders. And then after Marco, you had, who else was playing? I forgot. To be honest with you, I was not impressed with our substitutes. I was not impressed. Munaro, sorry, who's this Mutswara? Mutswara was just a placeholder, basically, a placeholder. But besides that, we were genuinely impressive. I know Stellenbosch was a weak team, but we were genuinely impressive. If we can play like that, going to other teams, we will genuinely win games. And with that single pivot, we will win games, I promise you. And I've been saying this. And I'm thankful for the coach that he listened. I hope going forward, we play with one defensive midfield. Let all of them, compete for that defensive midfield position. Okay, so from there, let's go to the player ratings. Oh my goodness. China, 7. There was not much that he was doing, to be honest with you. And he had a good distribution. That's why I'm giving him a 7 or slash 7.5, maybe, if you're generous. But to be honest with you, there's not much that he was doing. Left back position, Mayela was superb today, 7.5. He was superb today. He played good football. If you go to the center backs, 6.5 for Sibisi, 6.5 for Gogi. To be honest with you, I'm still concerned there. But I believe with time, the coach just needs to sort out that defense. We are leaking. Come right back, Shandu, 6. I was not impressed still with Shandu. But not bad. He did not have a bad game, to be honest with you, but it was not his best game. Coming in the middle of the park, Munare, 8.5. Beast in the middle of the park. He showed why he's quality, right? And then you move to Ndlondlo. Ndlondlo, he scored a goal, 8.5. I was very much impressed with him. Moving forward, his passes, when he's there, we play the ball forward. We allow our forwards to play also. Dlamini, oh my goodness, a 9. I'm sorry, I know people. Dlamini was the Dlamini that we know. I was super impressed. To me, honestly, he was my man of the match. Hoto, 8. He's coming into his element again. He's playing like the Hoto that we know. Saling, 8.5. Not my man of the match. He was on fire though. As I said, Dlamini was my man of the match. Rasmus, he scored a goal, but he had a standard game, quiet, 7 out of 10. All our subs, to be honest with you, I didn't get much from them. Zugamanja, I'm giving him a 5.5. Who else? Craig Martin, 5. He did nothing, to be honest with you. Who's this? I'm trying to think. Marco didn't give us much. 5. I don't know who I'm missing, but we had a very good starting 11. We played very well. Up the backs, I was impressed. The coach just needs to improve his substitutions. Oh, Machonisa did not give us much also. Bullet did not give us much, to be honest with you. I would give him a 5.5 also. I think with time, let's see how it goes. But good game from Mama Baka. Ezimnyama ngengane, ezikamakebhula, ezakebhula umhlaba kamasipala ngengane zawenza wabo. Kubo Baka. Kubo up the backs. Happy people. Guys, like and subscribe. Tell me what are your ratings. Tell me what do you think of the game. Cheers.